Should be good. I think we are live. For the most part. Okay. Let's finish mounting some things. Alright. Cute. What up, Ken? How's it going? Down yonder. Jake, how's it going? Audio, everything coming through? All right. I didn't have time to check everything. Sweet. Yep. Oh yeah, I saw that. Congrats. Got all your certifications and everything passed. So you are officially good to go. Which that is super awesome. I know you've been putting in plenty of work for that. So definitely good to hear. Glad you got it all done, and everything there has been going good and smooth. Jake, what's up, buddy? Colin, what's up? Pretty good right now. Awesome. Gary, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Made it. Don't know for how long. Nice. Brody, how's it going? Sean, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Got the revolver and Micro Mamba X in for the TF2. Nice. Sounds good. Colin won't be able to stay for too long, but I figure I'd say what's up. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Always appreciate everybody just kind of tuning in and hanging out for however long they can. Just be pretty sweet. Tom, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. There we go. Both beep-tubed Air-44s. Nice. That thing is just going to be quite the little monster of a TF2 from the sounds of how everything has turned out for that bad boy. Theron, what's up? Jake, got my C1 ordered? Yes, freezing. C1 Pro. You got the full kit, right? So it'll be all good to go there. We finish a few zip ties here. Actually, a lot of zip ties here, but nice. Basic trail rig, my style anymore. Yeah, I mean, you can still have put in tons of work and everything for trail trucks and stuff like that. So you still have plenty of fun. Whatever you want to do and enjoy the most, that is what needs to be done. That's how I feel it should be. Do what you want to do for whatever rig you want. Zero Lock, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. What am I wrenching on? Here we have the Nordic Dragon chassis, all the way from a friend there in Norway. And putting this together, this will be a Capra axle-based C3 that sister will be running. And got it all swapped over and assembled, and this thing's pretty stellar. It has, in fact, all of the clearance possible. Where's my coffee cup? There. And I can slide a coffee cup almost all the way into the links. I actually hit the drive shaft. I don't hit the links. I hit the drive shaft. So definitely excited for this one. Had it for quite some time, but just been waiting for kind of the end of the season so we can get Dallas's rig all done and stripped down, and then start getting everything swapped over. But overall, this thing is pretty monstrous. Definitely more forward based design, has an aggressive skid angle, and tons of clearance. Gary, I want a set of axles from that new kit. I want the body too, but it's C3 body, as it said, it's only 4 inches tall. This is true. Yeah, the new body is only 4 inches. So C3 obviously would work fine. Or if you do have sliders on your C2, that 4 inches is measured from the sliders to the roof, not just the body. Carla J just got off work. Oh yeah, it's been a long week. Steve, just installed my link riser on Ep.47 straight axles. I've been experienced with risers. I've used risers here and there. Actually, I have used them here and there. And it's just kind of a toss up on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I leave them on there and I notice a difference. Sometimes I take them back off, whatnot. I do have one here on the Rock Pirates build, and I like it. It does pretty good. All in getting all the geometry, everything kind of eyeball the best you can, see what it can do, see if you can, obviously fix or correct any weird angles, and then kind of go from there. It's definitely see more risers in like the sporty actual comp crawler part of it versus our scale side here. It's definitely not the prettiest wiring of all, but it will do, and it will hold the wires. That's all that matters. And actually, that's it. So, like I was telling you on the phone, Jake has this little slider here, so for the receiver, and then this slider over here for the battery. So you put your Velcro on there, and it also has a slot already printed out for a Velcro strap too, if you guys want. But like you said, everything was just tucked up in there. Servo winch up here, and I just got the receiver or the ESC there on the back of it. So yeah, all of it's right there. We'll mess with after we take it out. I get the body cut and fit here shortly, and then take it out this weekend and do some tuning, mess with some shocks and stuff like that. Tires, we can either rock these for now. I know you guys are going to get the other ones ordered, or we can swap my C3 off as well. Brody, build my first comp truck, pick the Rock Pirates chassis. Nice. It's definitely a solid choice, especially for like having a complete donor rig. Obviously, it's going to not have as many advantages as some of the other ones, like I mentioned in my video, because it does generally require a stock skid, and most stock skids aren't necessarily flat because they don't have their own link positions, but sometimes you can add on or put other mounts on there and get everything working, stuff like that. And just one thing, the belly is big. It is a very big belly underneath them, but all in all, I think it's very good. Jake, you think we could drive it on Sunday? Yes, that is the plan. So at this point, all I gotta do is put this on it, and yeah, at that point, it's good to go. Retie the winch hook here later on, and it's ready to rock and roll. David Brill, what are your thoughts on the new SCX 10 Pro? The SCX 10 Pro is, in my opinion, a home run release. Plain and simple, it is a great release. It was definitely one that honestly wasn't necessarily expected. No one could have put money to saying a major manufacturer, Axial, by Horizon, would jump into the LCG or performance side of the world and drop a kit that is honestly ready to rock and roll. And I'm sure you've seen posts and stuff like that. It's not just a release and there it goes. It's been out for quite some time. It's been at It was at Nationals last year. It was at Clash of Cardinals. It was at Super Shafty Fall Crawl. It's been at major national events throughout the last year and has podiumed, I think, at every single one of them and won. So it's proven. Now, obviously, yes, driving is very, very important in that aspect, but the chassis has been proven and tinkered with, and honestly, that should, if anything, give a good backing to it, because you know at that point who's designed and who's put an input to make the chassis and make sure it can actually handle those scenarios and situations. And for the price point, yes, it's a kit, unassembled kit in a box, no electronics, no wheels, no tires, no body. It's $429. It's honestly still a good price. It just is, because you're not honestly jumping into something like this or anywhere else for that matter, starting from the ground up and putting together everything you need to get it to that point for that price. Like, yeah, it doesn't have a body. Well, neither, if you're building from the ground up, you don't start necessarily with the body either. You have to piece everything together. So you're to start another ground up build, piece by piece. Pick a chassis, pick links, shocks, axles, everything that kit comes with to that point. You're not building anything in that price point. So either way, we're excited. Hopefully we will have one next week after. Two weeks. Yeah. Hopefully 2 weeks. We'll have it. And we'll go all through it. It'll be good. Kent Blazer will officially make its debut at the Scale Expo. It actually got done. Nice. All excited, ready to see some pictures and everything on that. That always looks so fun to go to. The rigs there are insane. I hope they bring those axles so you can buy those axles. Oh, yes, the AR45 Pro axles, yes. Those need to be available separately, especially as another straight axle option, because those look good. They look really good. They got adjustability, and they already have support for them too. So that's even better. You can get even better. But oh yeah, Gary, yeah, that'll be on there. But so that body doesn't even come out till like April, so I'm sure more people will look at it by then, or who knows, maybe they, it was, how far along was that body and made and everything else before the new rules come out? Is it something now that maybe it's delayed so they can change that? Maybe give it that extra. I'd say give it an extra half inch just to make everything clear, and then you can trim away what you don't need. So maybe there's a good reason it got pushed back. Maybe it got pushed back because they're making some changes. Who knows? Hound Stuff, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Can't stay long, but looking good. Well, thank you very much. As always, much appreciated. King Hammers is almost over. Oh, yeah. Yeah, imagine you guys are plenty busy down there. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyone, yeah, I know he does a lot local too. So, yeah, everyone had to be, on that, the respectful hush-hush part of it. Because, that's just part of it. It does, honestly, it does suck that it got leaked early. It really does. Because, honestly, it's not like, it's not like it took away, made the release any less significant, because it is a significant release. It almost takes, that initial awe or wind out of, you put in that group of guys put in all that time of work. I think it should have been them that were able to share first, give the first teases and whatnot, instead of someone, or, however it accidentally got leaked, it got leaked. But there seems to be a lot of that, because the Phoenix RTR also was leaked the day before it was released. I don't know if the posts stayed up that long, but they were up for a little bit. It was spoiled the day before, which is also, that was another big heavy release this week, was the Phoenix RTR, which is also a sweet RTR. And then I see a lot of comparing price points between like the Phoenix RTR versus this kit, and I'm like, well, that's only this much more, but they're not in the same realm. They're not the same category of vehicle. The Phoenix is a scale crawler. This one is a more performance, comp based, not true comp based, but scale comp based crawler. They're different aspects. Even if you were to make that thing simply RTR with stock like Spectrum brush electronics and stuff like that, it would probably, honestly, at that point, probably come out to be about the same price, and it's going to perform better. So that's how I look at it. Now the Phoenix RTR is still a sweet deal, and oh no, I broke my hairline. That still works. We can fix that later. But nonetheless, lots of new stuff this week, so that's pretty sweet. Do you know if the Everest skid plate would fit the Capra transmission? I'm not sure. It is. I don't know the last time I've seen a stock Capra transmission. I don't know, honestly, because I've never kept the stock transmission in my Capra long enough. That was always my least favorite part of the Capra, was the stock transmission. I just really did not like the gearing at all, personally. But I mean, it's very possible because those are like 3 bolts. If 2 of them, as long as they're like even planes, it very well could fit. But I also do know there are like 3 printed versions with like just our regular skids like this that have a Capra Capra trans pattern. So that could very well be an option to go to as well. Ben, what motor and ESC would I run in the new 10 Pro? In the new 10 Pro, I hope to be running, we'll be going with probably a Mamba Micro X2 ESC, 3 Brothers Black Jacket 2000 kV, probably G13 Pro Servo, and that will be our starting point. More about winches and stuff later on, because I actually do need to grab a couple extra winches myself. And actually, I need to take apart the truck because I need to clear out some more stuff. Missing a screw. I'm missing, I think, 2 actually. Nope, just 1. It wasn't. I have one of the angled spaces in there, and for whatever reason, one of the holes wasn't lining up. It's not the best transmission, but it works. Talking about the Exo Trekker skid, I believe that's what it is. I'm surprised that they would put selectable underdrive in it. That's why it doesn't understand NC2. Yeah, I'm sure it's just that option. And looking at that video is pretty nice. So like when you're building it, you don't have to have the servo. It has like a little lever that locks down, so you can move the lever up, push it back, and have no overdrive, underdrive, and then move it, shift it, and then lock it back down. So if you just want to trail one day, clip it, shift it to 0 overdrive, and go trail for hours. Or if you want to throw the overdrive in, shift it and lock it. So that works. Because then at that point, it's mechanically locked out as well. So I think it'd be good to go. I definitely think it's a cool option for sure. Hornet, the portal axle worm. Here's the cap for high gear. Oh, okay, I got you. That would make sense. Yeah, I know they exist. Yeah, it's the that's the Exo Trekker skid. Yeah, the one I have on my Everest. Yes, that is the Exo Trekker skid. How long before you get the 10 Pro? They should be arriving. I think Hobbytown said they will be getting them like the 21st or 22nd, and then release on the 23rd. So all goes well. Should be there. Not a problem. So get it that Thursday, and then if I can get, I can always rob electronics if I need to, but could get electronics and everything sourced and everything ready to rock and roll, go through the build, and then get it out and have some fun. May work actually best because looking at the weather forecast, they said the next 2 weeks may be pretty cold and snowy. So we'll see We'll see how weather treats us. Need to find. I have one more body post deal somewhere. Just like strip this whole thing down. Hey, Jake, Dallas, you guys just want me to post this thing up? No? Okay. Oh, you guys can take the links out, and honestly probably use the links on something else if you need to. That brazen, I keep the pro skid. I use it for something. Fair enough. So, there it is. All stripped down, tore apart. Okay, well, there you go. So that's actually that might work pretty good. No, I'll work on that a little bit later next. I think we'll have to just move the shocks around just a little bit, but other than that, I think the rest of it would be good to go then. And I do need to measure something on mine. Just want to make sure everything is good as that touches the wheel well. It's not touches. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty. I really think my front is actually centered. And the rear's off just a scotch, but it's still within a half inch, so that should be good. Have I tried the LCG servo mount for the capper from Deluxe yet? I recently got one, surprised by the performance. Apparently, tried the LCG servo mount. Oh, the one that puts it beside the axle. Yeah, the one that puts the servo mount back here behind the axle. Yes, I actually have it, but does not fit in my chassis. Now, with a capper and stuff like that, I can definitely see where there's no frame rail in the way. But for mine, it did not fit. Let's see. So what's the next big event you are going to? The next big event that we're going to will be me, Jake, Dallas, and Theron. We will be going to the Rocky Mountain Regional Championship in Colorado for the Team Garage Hack event. And that should, by all rights, be the first and biggest event using the 2023 rules. So it is going to be a shock and awe for, I think, everybody getting used to everything, seeing how everything works, and whatnot. And like, honestly, if you're there's any intention to put a sketchy rig through, fortunately, like as much as it is, that first event is going to be the one to do it, because we haven't seen any, no one's really seen any examples of what not to do. And then there are things like, how I'm looking at it is like, there are things that I've done on mine. Like I've cut the body in half. I've sectioned almost a 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch out of this body. Previously, that's a total no-go. But, and I've even have screenshots of rulings that were official on the circuit page, as well as the deal. Like, there is no rule against major body trimming. It's okay to cut wheel wells out and stuff like that, etc., etc. Everything sketch-wise or anything I had questions on, or even like the bed here, because I still have holes, simply covered and done. Or if you're running a tonneau cover, I've taken screenshots of all those rulings for quick reference, just in case. Be like, hey, this is from the circuit page. This is the official ruling. I have submitted a bumper question because my bumper is questionable. By the way the rules are written, it is legal. And only because certain words and phrases aren't complete. It says it has to extend past the body, and it does. It doesn't say it has to extend past the entire body. So I'm waiting for some rulings on that. And then if it is, I'm already prepared. I've already ordered new bumper mounts and everything else. So if I have to readjust or make a new bumper, I can. So Harley wasn't allowed pre-production release. Oh yeah. Wyatt for sure was driving it. It was at a few changes here and there, but the rig in itself, principle wise, has been nationals. It won Clash of Cardinals, didn't he? And then fall crawl as well. And yes, second at nationals. I think he was in finals and everything at nationals too. He was in C1, 2, and 3 finals there. So granted, you could probably give him a shoebox and he would podium with a shoebox. Like, he's an insanely talented driver. Doubt about it. Yeah. I think legit. I think you give him something with wheels and a controller, I think he's going to podium with it. But nonetheless. Well, I've seen a green chassis, I believe, on Spark RC. I assumed it was the green one because it was the test chassis. Yeah, well, there are some out there. There's only, as far as I know, I think only one, maybe two, that have actually been competing with it. I said I after, because there were things like you mentioned earlier, Gary. Privacy, just respect privacy. If they want to keep it secretive, don't want to share anything, cool. Obviously, we know what's going on. We're not going to push the buttons. So just let them be. And some of us realize what kind of was going on. And once you realize like who or where people are and stuff like that, you're like, makes sense. We'll just, no need to push or pressure or anything like that. I mean, it's honestly rather design or not. If I'm looking or testing on something, I don't want someone over there watching. I do my own little thing. I would like to be left alone if I'm checking or working on something, and I give the same respect back. For new bumper extensions, I have a set of mine, just haven't released them yet. Waiting on funds to do a bulk order before release. Ooh, I might actually need a set of the bumper extensions. Maybe. I'm redoing, I need to start finishing on the Kiddos Class 2 body. Go from there. I might. Yeah. I think I will on his, or it was either his or one of the other ones I was thinking about putting him on. So I'm for sure going to put one on my Reaper. Actually, I might put both of them on the Reaper and give him my old bumpers. Because I'm a nice guy like that. Give him my old parts and take the new stuff. But yeah, there are still a few questionable things on my Class 1. But it's like my windshield. We saw me do it on the live stream a couple weeks ago. It's just packing tape, but it's clear and it acts as the windshield because it doesn't say it has to be Lexan. It doesn't say it has to be a certain thickness. It just says it has to be a windshield and has to fill the window frame. And it does. It fills the window frame completely. It honestly just looks like a really bad tint job. So that's all there is to it. Alex, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Giving the printers a rest for a second and joining us here. Some fun times. But like I said, I've submitted my question, so I'm waiting for my ruling on the bumper. Now, if all those fails, I do have a backup 60-point body ready to rock and roll, and this is beyond legal. This one right here is perfectly fine, so I'm not worried in the slightest about this one. So it will be with me at any Class 1 comps and stuff I'm going to, just because, especially the first one. Like I said, that first one is bad because there are no examples. No one's really seen. I'm sure there's lots of build-ons that are just kind of lurking in the shadows. And after a few comps, then I'll kind of be like, what is that? So we'll see. Like, I've done all the checks, all the measurements, measure all the wording. There's one thing here I was kind of questioning on was the width section, because obviously the Hilux here tapers at the bottom. So obviously here I'm not as wide as my track width, but right here at this intersection I am, which is where I need to measure anyway, because as long as I'm as wide as my track width, below the tops of the tires, from here to here, I'm good, and I am. And a couple parts are kind of right on the money, but we're good. That's all that matters. It doesn't say they're in the passenger area, and technically that's an SUV, so there is still cab there. It's just cut off. It's like a 4Runner. Never there going, yeah, it's nonstop. Space on the exoskate will work for the Capra transmission, but nobody's tried it. Said it might actually be slightly crooked. Oh, yeah, there you go. Corey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, it doesn't matter for them. They can hang out wherever they want. They're still in technically a cab area because it's all from their port. But anyway, I'm still taking another piece of packing tape and just putting it across the back anyway, so it doesn't matter. Mostly so anything scale I have in there doesn't fall and it just sticks to the windshield. But yeah, technically this is still an SUV. But that won't be the body I'm running anyway. We will run this monstrosity. Yeah, everything, like I said, everything should be good as far as gaps and filling all the rectangles and everything else. We should be good to go. Barring anything crazy, all the rules, everything, we should be good. Like I said, if all else fails, I just have to make a new front bumper. We'll call it good. Not that worried about it. Not a big deal. I already ordered some extra RC fat tab brackets and everything else, and some extra rod. Anyway, it's all at work, so good to go. Everything. I hope it's legal. I hope it passes. It should. I think we'll be just fine. Xavier's RC Adventure, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. 702 RC, is there a 2-speed tranny that is easily installed into the Element Enduro? Not that I'm aware of. Trying to think anything that's, because I generally don't use two. The only thing I have 2 speeds in is my SCX6. Any of the other trucks I've, like the TRX4s and stuff, I've always just gotten rid of the 2-speed because I like the low gear rather than the high gear in those things. So we'll do. I'll hit you up later. Gear on the extensions, because yeah, I may have to snag a set of those. Matt, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Amazon, there you go. I guess Amazon has a 2-speed transmission that will fit. So there you go. It's going good, man. Been getting some great videos since I got a GoPro. Heck yeah. Awesome to hear. What's up? You said you got a question here. Same pattern as the 3-year. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, the Element, the actual Enduro is the same. I was thinking of the SE still for whatever reason. Yeah, they just partied too hard the night before. They're done. They're toast. But did get this thing almost finished up here. Probably saw a few pictures. Got the buckwheat body from No Mercy Racing and Team Garage Hack all done, and got it mounted up and installed here just to go ahead and put it on my Reaper. Just because I was like, the Reaper could use a little bit of love. So went ahead and did it. And normally, like I said, the Reaper was built for the purpose of like any of my cash comp or stuff like that. But I didn't want to like go too crazy weight and stuff like that. But so this buckwheat body is a handmade body. So it's lighter and stuff like that anyway. I think cab and bed together, we had like 10 ounces, which wasn't much more than the Lexan body I was running. So we just went ahead and put it on there, and it looks cooler. And then, just in case if I actually wanted to, I do now have a backup 50-point circuit truck, because 50 points is not hard to get with a full hard body, and it being a custom hard body at that. Points add up really, really quickly. There are a few things that I am a little questioning on about angles and the widths and stuff, but I think it'll be okay. We will see. I like to make the Night Runner have high and low. Fair enough. Craig, what axles are on that Reaper? These are AR-45 Vidavon axles, and they are gold anodized. They're not brass, they're gold anodized. Everyone always asks about the brass axles. No, just gold, because I like the color and it throws people off. Will the Night Runner body small? It looks like it will not fit onto a TRX-4 or... the Night Runner is actually big. The Night Runner is actually a pretty decent sized body. I think it would definitely fit. If not, Proline does have the TRD Pro Tacoma body as well, and it is about the same, a little bit bigger. I have an original SCX-10 Honcho. If I ever chose to compete in Class 1 or 2, do I need to build a newer chassis? I know my front bumper is smaller than the windshield, and I have to make a new, and I have no rear bumper. So for Class 1, lots have changed. The new rules have changed significantly. Like your windshield width doesn't even matter anymore, because it's all based off your track width and stuff like that. Now the OG SCX-10, I know there are still them in service and getting put to use, and still people still win with them on a regular, but they've been driving that truck for a very, very long time, so they can make it typically do things that most people can't do. If you want to, it's definitely something you can start with. There is still parts available and stuff for the SCX 10 axles and stuff like that. It's just they are starting to get a little bit harder to find, or if you do find them, they're probably more on the your side, because they're just not as common anymore, and they're almost starting to become more of a collector's item. If you are looking to get into it and get something new like an RTR and convert over, there are options out there. Or I heard the new SCX 10 Pro coming out soon, and that will be, it is basically an LCG starter kit box. It comes with a nice flat rail chassis, really nice axles, lots of features and everything else like that. It comes as a kit. It's like $430, and you add your wheels, tires, electronics, and put everything together. So that is definitely an option. King, does that body come with the bed? Yes, this does. This body and bed do come together. So, whatever. Your drivers are like Jake, then dude in the back who just keep asking if you want him from Pitbull. Yeah, the drivers will look like Jake from A Night After King, Missouri. Good call, Dallas. Right in the feels. Yeah, the Night Runner body is really nice. I definitely think it can be made to work, for sure. I said it was a really nice body, tons of detail, prints and options and stuff out there for it. So I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. It was a great little trail truck. I love that broad body. Yes, this thing is freaking awesome. And the finish, everything on it is just so nice. Actually, like looking at a nice quality handmade body, like in person, was just really nice. And just, seeing how everything kind of comes together, how everything's flowed and put together, super, super nice. I didn't go crazy with the interior. There's an optional interior for it as well, but I just used my capper interior that I have laying around for now. I don't know if I will do a custom interior for it, because I don't know if I absolutely necessarily need to. So go from there. There's just a few little touches here and there I'd like to just get the bed just a little more secure and call it a day. Jan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. What? other than that, honestly, I think everything's been going pretty good. Been out of missed last week, and we were out of town, but it was apparently a nice weekend. So, but this weekend should be getting out. We have a Class 2 cash comp, and we'll also be starting our Sorka series, our little top 10 list here. Start off with Class 2, and for right now, you can be either 2022 rules or 2023, one or the other. You can't be mashed together, at least for probably the first one of each class until people get builds and stuff finished up and going. Because I know I was going to start with Class 1, but Jake's Class 1's completely tore apart and disassembled. Mike's is completely tore apart and disassembled. There's several people have their Class 1s locally tore apart and getting rebuilt. So I was like, we're already there for Class 2. Let's just do Class 2. Where do you get the body? Yes, the body is sold by Team Garage Hack, and they are very limited releases, and they do not last long. Generally about 10 or 15 minutes, and they're sold out. Body is $150, and then the interior is different on top of that. But it does come with, let's find the rest of it. It comes with all the cab and the bed, all that good stuff there. It does come with headlight buckets, and it does come with windows, actually, even nice cutout windows and windshield, stuff like that. I don't need them, so we're not going to use them. But it does come with the flares. It does come with the rear flares here. They're not on when you get it, so that way you can place them wherever you feel best. Yeah, that one, I got to replace him. It's stuck in lazy mode. It's like just kind of looking all over the place. What are your favorite axles for Class 2? I run a lot of axles. I run a lot of different axles. Currently, right now, both my Class 2 trucks are actually Air.47 Portal axle based. So I guess you could say actually 1, 2. I have 4 Air.47 base rigs, comp rigs. So I guess you could say that currently is my favorite. Also like using the F10 axles as well. I've done some of those, or SSD axles, straight axles. I really like to get my hands on the new Pro 45 axles. I do hope those do become available separately. And shop, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. SSD time in here. I mean, they're right there. I'm actually pulling mine off right now to get them sold. Yeah, I messed with that earlier. I think I poked the back of it when I was putting the glue in, and I think I glued Lazy Eye right there. But honestly, we may just kind of leave it now. One eye works just fine. Well, maybe. Yeah, one eye works. This one, not so much. So we may just kind of leave it for right now. It adds a little bit of character, I guess. But I do need to get some stuff figured out in the lineup, because I do need to start sourcing electronics and stuff like that for the Pro Kit, because it's got to happen. So it's gonna happen. Honestly, yeah, that was kind of a good little wave of releases. Now that you kind of mentioned it, lots of people really kind of came out there. And I mean, Red Cat dropped the Gen 9. Then Vanquish dropped theirs. Axial dropped the 18th scale or the 24th scale, the AX crawler. Then they dropped the SCX Pro. Yeah, there's been quite a substantial drops lately. Not even just in the crawler world. There's been quite a few other drops. We've had a couple at Timmy and a couple others who post up that new Kyosho, that Bell Air car. That thing is nice. That is a really, really nice looking rig overall. But so what else? Anyone else got else working on some stuff? Anything new and exciting? Any new builds going? Because we actually are probably going to cut this one short tonight. Do have quite a few things to get done around here still, and whatnot. And help out, get the little one maybe in a more calm position. You look at the spare parts and replacement parts on the Pro Kit, they are used a lot of other parts out on that rig, even Vanquish knuckles and parts from all kinds of other axial rigs. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. That Pro Kit, it comes with a lot of spare stuff. It comes with what? So it comes with the servo mount, with the axle mounted servo and a chassis mounted servo option. So that's convenient. And apparently it comes with everything to run either one. Huh, that's weird. Comes with an option to run either one of those, so that's really nice. Several other things in there, all the mounts, everything. Like, it really has a lot of stuff there. um, so yeah, definitely excited for it. To really kind of see everything is and get it together and see really what it's going. Tom, working on my third EXO. Nice. Well, I don't think you can have too many. Those are all really, really nice. But actually, we should be getting. So we'll run this this weekend in the cash comp, and then we'll also be running my normal C2 in the other comp. So should actually be able to get plenty of some crawling in and some footage. If it doesn't have 70-degree steering, I don't want. We all want 70-degree steering. Nice. Getting another one fixed up so we can finish the comp for the season. Nice. That's definitely good. Shade Tree RC, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, actually, that's what I needed to do. That's right. I actually was putting that bumper on here. Yeah, that'll work nicely. Sweet. And ooh, I forgot Black Betty stickers. I'll put the front one on the Reaper now that I'm thinking about it. Oh no, Exosoul. Hopefully get back to Sargi. Yeah, he's Exo is fairly quick on getting stuff restocked and restocked stuff like that. So if you do have to wait, I do not think you will have to wait very long at all. I need a longer one. Good man. I'm getting some time in with the Bully and the TRX6 today. Nice. That'll work good there. We're just kind of tinkering around with stuff here and there, changing up a few things, getting the body installed. Hopefully get some comps in this weekend. At least a couple good courses in, and then we can all sit around and make fun of Theron. Because that's honestly the highlight of our Sunday. We make fun of Theron, and then Justin decides how many times or how broke of a truck he can put through the finish line. I think you guys have honestly been racing or trying to compete that lately. And it is entertaining. Our cash comps are entertaining. Actually, all of our comps are pretty entertaining. But our cash comps are especially especially entertaining. And also, we're getting a lot more of our friends from down south at the Extreme Oklahoma Crawlers. They have been coming up as well for our cash comps and whatnot. So we did get a full schedule. Mike got a full schedule up and everything for us also. We can follow and be prepared and stuff for it. So definitely helps out, and definitely always nice to see those guys come and hang out. So always a good time. Ivan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. You guys sold on the S6 Pro? Yes, I personally am. I think it is really cool, and I am excited for it. I think I'll get the Vanquish RTR and try to mount a different body on it. Oh, honestly, I would probably do the same just because I already have the Phoenix body, and while I like the body, I don't need two of the same bodies. So it would be good to have a backup, though. So that is what I will go. I do like the backup. I do like to have a body as backup. Let's throw on what? Talk about how our cash comps are entertaining and how this weekend we all go. It's like the highlight of our day. We go, we run, and then we just sit there and like make fun of you or poke fun at you or pick on you because that's what we do, because that's how we show our love. If not one of us is crying by the end of the cash comp, we didn't have a good time. And plus, we get to see if Justin made any new shirts. So that shirt he wore last time made my day. You always, I know. So I don't like to drive not good. I like to drive good. So when I don't drive good, I get mad at myself. It's high expectations. It gets me at work too, because I'm the same way at work. I get stuff done fast and correct with no issues, or it's not good enough. If the engine's supposed to take me 20 hours and it actually takes me 20 hours and I didn't get it done in 10, it's not a good day. Metros. Well, I mean it's slow, it's different. But when I'm like actually working. But there's a difference in those how nonchalant I am if that goes with like confidence level for the most part. Raymond, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I got more Winchy stickers too, Theron. Suck it. So, I actually need to cut the chassis off. So that's another question I truly have. Yes. Yep, we've been doing quite the talking on the SCX Pro. So, okay, hard body. Body in each section must fill the rectangle and viewed from above. Fill the rectangle and viewed from above. Class 2. I got a G-Speed Capra, Raw Builders Kit 10.2 Bomber S66, and in camp, not her franks. Well, there you go. Oh, I just missed one earlier. You don't own any Vanquish rigs. Oh, they are nice. They are really nice kits. I like them. Building the Vanquish gets into the VS410 Pros is honestly soothing. The Pro and the Ultras were just so nice to put together. Everything just went together good. The book and instructions were good. Same with the Phoenix. I didn't have any problems with the Phoenix. I enjoyed putting it together. I've done 2 or 3 of them now. And I actually have 1, 2, 3 Phoenix-based rigs. So I like them. They work really, really good. Viewed. Fill the rectangle. What section is fill the rectangle? Bodies with inset grills or other oddities. Where the body does not fill the rectangle between the fenders can be covered. Okay, so that's actually legal. Where the body does not fill the rectangle between the fenders can be covered by the bumper. So that's one. That's specifically referring to the front. And 2, it's talking about the fenders and the bumper. I don't have fenders, so we're good. Okay. This is a silly question. I'm actually probably going to post that question as well. Because I'm making sure everything is legal and to the T for that Team Garage Hack event. Theron, your C3 is done. Your C3 is good. C2 and 1. How are they coming? I know chassis-wise you're done with both of them. Body-wise and point-wise, are both of them good, or are you trying to do anything sketchy? I need to know things so I can help and we can check them. I want 1. Well, I probably have 1 extra because I also have a really big one over there too. So yeah, I'll bring one out someday. I'll put it in the bag. In my small RC bag in the side pocket where one would put a drink down. So remember that. Love to have me. Yes, definitely be snagging one of those. Definitely excited for that kit. Overall, everything there looks great. So should hopefully be seeing one. C2 is done and legal. C1 just waiting on the body to be painted. Okay, cool. All right then. So you don't plan on doing anything sketchy then? You're just going to run them good, insanely perfectly legal, and call it good. No sketchy. Okay, cool. Well, then I'm not going to worry because then you'll be fine. You can do that stuff yourself. Jake and Dallas. Dallas's C1 is good to go. Both Jake and Dallas's C2s are chassis-wise done. They both need pointed out. And I'm finishing their C3. It needs pointed out. Jake is rebuilding an entire new Class 1. They're good. What kind of sliders are people running on the EXO? I'm running no sliders on mine. But I do know there are some 3D printed options and stuff out there. Or, yeah, homemade sliders, stuff like that. But, actually, we're going to go ahead and call it an early night. So, as always, thanks everyone for tuning in, hanging out, and stuff like that. We'll see. I'll try to have a video done here and there before. We'll see if we can do a live stream next week or might just skip one, do one every other for just a little bit. But in the meantime, like I said, we're going to call a short one tonight. But as always, everyone, thanks for tuning in, hanging out, and talking. So, until next time, everyone, have a great one. Crawl on.